5 things you must know about purchasing real estate in Paraguay and how you can move to Paraguay in 2024. We're going to be talking about who can get a mortgage in Paraguay, the interest rates. We're going to be talking about what you need to purchase an apartment in Paraguay and especially to get a mortgage, down payments, insurance, and where to buy. I'm going to work as much information as possible in this video because I want to make your life easier. Who can purchase a property in Paraguay? This is a question that we've been asked so many times throughout the past videos, and so I thought it was a necessity for me to shoot this video. Well, basically anybody can purchase real estate in Paraguay. Be it a citizen, be it a resident, be it a foreigner, you can purchase it in Paraguay. However, the first step before you can purchase an apartment in Paraguay or a house, or if you want to purchase land, property, doesn't matter what you want to purchase, the first step for you is to get your residency and to get your cédula. And if you have followed us on this channel and the topics that we've been discussing, you are aware of the fact that we are a full package relocation agency that helps you with every step of the process. We help you not only get residency in Paraguay, we also help you purchase real estate, incorporate companies, and deal with other legal matters that you probably don't want to be dealing with. Once you have obtained your residency and cédula, it is time to look into purchasing real estate in Paraguay. Let's say you want to purchase real estate and you have the money. You have 100% of what you need to purchase the apartment, meaning you do not need to get a mortgage from a local bank. If that's the case, then you're all set. What you need is, of course, your identification, you need the money, you need to show proof of funds, where the funds originated from, and a few other things as well. When it comes to securing a mortgage in Paraguay, there are a couple things that you need to know here. First of all, you have to be a resident and you must show at least 2 years of consistent earnings. So that's going to be like your payment slips, salary. The banks, they want to see that you've been paid by one specific employer for at least 2 years for them to give you a mortgage. I know this sounds pretty familiar, and in most parts of the world, if not all parts of the world, the banks want some kind of security. They want to be sure that when they are lending you money, that they have a chance of getting the money back. So they want to see lots of different things, including how much money you have earned over the past years, and if your income has been consistent. Like, these 2 things are more important than anything to a bank. In the West, you may need collateral to get a mortgage, simply because the bank wants to see that in the event that you default on your loan, on your mortgage, that the bank will have something to fall back on. So collateral is very important in many countries. However, in Paraguay, if you can show that you had consistent income for 2 years, you will be able to get a mortgage in Paraguay. All right, let's talk about down payment. Another very important point. How much money do you need to have before the bank is willing to loan you money? No bank will loan you money unless you have some money to put down. It's natural. So here in Paraguay, you're looking at a down payment of 20 to 30%. This is the norm. What are the best banks for foreigners in Paraguay? I recommend Itaú Bank, Banco Atlas, y Sudameris. Please note that in order for you to open up a bank account at one of the 3 banks I just mentioned, you do need to have your cédula, you need to be a resident, or banks will likely not open up an account for you. What's good about being a foreigner in Paraguay is that you can open up a bank account and you can actually get multi-currency accounts. You can get an account in the local currency, which is Paraguayan guarani. You can get a foreign currency account, say US dollars. You may be able to get one in British pounds or even in Australian dollars. Will home insurance be required at closing? This is an important question. Here in Paraguay, you do not need to have home insurance upon purchase. Make sure you watch this whole video because I'm going to fill you in on the process that you need to follow to purchase real estate in Paraguay, and the requirement for you to do it is to obtain residency. So make sure you watch this whole video because I'm going to fill you in on the process you need to complete to obtain residency in Paraguay. What about property taxes? Another very important question. Some countries charge property taxes, other countries don't, but oftentimes, in most cases, you're looking at property taxes. In Asunción, Paraguay, the property taxes are 1% of the fiscal value of the property. Property taxes across the country may vary depending on where the property is located, the value of the property, and other factors. How do you pay for your mortgage? Another important question. In some countries, you may be able to pay for your mortgage by a credit card. However, in Paraguay, the bank charges you automatically each month, so the mortgage payment will be deducted from your bank account. It's an automated payment that happens. Before I'm going to reveal how to get residency in Paraguay, I wanted to share some really cool facts about the country. Paraguay is a landlocked country located in the heart of South America. It borders Bolivia, Brazil, and Argentina. There are currently two main languages in Paraguay, Guarani and Spanish. But you will be surprised by how many people in this country, specifically in Asuncion, speak Guarani. Many people speak Spanish and a little bit of Guarani, but there are some people that speak more Guarani than others. What about the weather in Paraguay? So basically you're looking at subtropical and tropical climate. So if you're used to the warm tropical climate in Southeast Asia or subtropical climate in Texas, Florida, or potentially the Caribbean, then you will probably find a really nice home in Paraguay. So you're looking at hot days most year round. There is a winter happening in Paraguay, but it is very short. It doesn't last for very long. In some years, the winter lasted only for a handful of days to a maximum of 2 weeks. How to get residency in Paraguay? This is a question that we're being asked a lot. And first of all, the number one thing that you need to consider is your country of citizenship. Certain countries enjoy visa-free access to Paraguay, while other citizens of other countries need to obtain an entry permit before they can get into Paraguay. And there's a big distinction here, because if you're from a country that Paraguay has a treaty with, and we're talking now about the United States, Canada, the European Union, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and also parts of Asia, we're talking about Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, and there are probably a handful of more countries that I didn't mention. If you're from one of the countries that Paraguay has a treaty with, then you can come here visa-free or request a visa upon arrival. At the time of shooting this video, we're in February 2024. If you come from certain Western countries that Paraguay has a treaty with and you want to apply for residency in Paraguay, then you actually have to request a visa on arrival. You know, you can't just come in on a tourist visa and apply for residency, because this is not what the tourist visa is meant for. If you want to come here and apply for residency, if this is your ultimate objective, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get a visa on arrival, which will allow you to obtain residency in Paraguay. Once you have determined your eligibility for residency in Paraguay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to contact a trusted relocation agency like Nomad Elite, where we help people from all over the world, from all backgrounds, obtain residency in Paraguay. And the reason why you want to be using a full package relocation agency like Nomad Elite is because it will help you avoid a lot of hassle. It will save you a lot of time and ultimately money. We know what we're doing, and we're doing this process every single week for our clients. So what we want to make sure is that we save you the most amount of money, the most amount of time, the most amount of headaches. And like I told you, you want to use a relocation agency for this for a number of reasons. And so what you want to do is you want to prepare your legal documents. Okay, there is a list of documents that you must get in order to apply for residency in Paraguay. And these documents, some of them need to be recently issued, others not, and they must be legalized. And there are a couple of other things you must do as well to qualify for residency in Paraguay. Another big question that we're being asked a lot is whether someone with a criminal record can obtain residency in Paraguay. As of shooting this video, if you have a criminal record, you will likely not be allowed to apply for residency, and you will certainly not be approved. Unless it is like a misdemeanor, which you can get removed from a criminal record, you will probably be denied upon submission or during the review of your residency. Depending on where you're flying from, you may need a yellow fever vaccine. It depends on where you're flying from. If you're flying from a Western country, you probably won't need it, but if you're flying from, say, a neighboring country in Paraguay, for instance, Bolivia, you may need a yellow fever vaccine. Once you've gathered all your documents and you're ready to go to Paraguay, make sure you have an onward ticket. It really depends on what country you're flying from into Paraguay, but in many instances, the airline wants to see that you actually have an onward ticket or return ticket, or you may not be allowed to board the plane. We do recommend 10 business days in Paraguay to complete the whole process. Most likely, we will be able to do it in fewer than 10 days, but it's better to have more time and not need it than to not have enough time and need it. So 10 days will do it for you. If you're ready to rent an apartment in Paraguay, purchase real estate, or obtain residency, then please feel free to contact us now. Thank you for watching Nomad Elite. We see you on the next video.